Hey everybody, this is TC here, and we're here at the Warbonnet units on its way to the freight line, and we're gonna be spawning the AWVR or the AWVR locomotives or something like this. But unfortunately, these trains that unable to spawn around here for something, they aren't working anymore for around here in the diesel spawn. But here comes the Warbonnets about the BNSF locomotives, because I definitely gonna be using them as well. So here comes as two, because which is I absolutely spawn in the diesels in Roskill Rails in Unionville. So right, we're gonna be about to spawn some of the trains like this, and we're gonna be spawning for some of the freight consist as well. But as you can see, this is absolutely really huge around here for somewhere. I wasn't able to be trying to spawn like that. And I'm not pretty sure. There are no engine sounds about the two BNSF locomotives who eventually have arrived as well. So, we're not going to be recreating about a runaway train, just for sure. So I eventually going to be using for those switchers around here. Unless it was too fast around here for the locomotive. I may not able to customize or tune this locomotive whatsoever until this won't actually going to be doing like this whenever it does for the last two videos. So, I have just announced this is going to be for the last two videos. What it actually going to do, but aren't like freight spawns like these should be for like anything around here. So, let's probably going to be taking a little bit backwards about for one of its consists. But looks like these are probably really long as unusual. So, we're pretty sure that we're gonna wait and let this thing go a little bit faster until it arrives at the end of the turning point. I'm really sure that these two BNSF locomotives, not AWVR locomotives, because sometimes that wasn't working to spawn, and I may not able to be rejoining the game because I'm doing this video for literally right now, and probably this won't going to be necessary like those trains, and we're coupling a lot of them. So let's see, let's just have a little bit, a few more of these rail cars. And then that's all of them. That's all of the freight cars, and this could cause might actually go on a lag even frequently. I definitely turning on the headlights, which is absolutely probably for one thing. I have already turned on, and we're hearing this train horn sound around here for this. Unless the train, it should be absolutely going to be crawling out for around here, so we definitely going to be hearing this as well. So we heard the train horn from the distance instead of an engine sound. Let's just hear of that train horns a little bit for one thing. I never eventually look like this, that the train is going to be for on time to get to work around here for this one. So, there must be an administrator's bus or the admin's bus around here for this one. So, I'm at the full consist spawn of the freight trains, and we're going to be hearing this train horn for pretty sure. And I increased the volume into 3. This is definitely loud, and see what happens. As the train hears something even more frequent, this is definitely going to be not the same we have already heard around here. So, let's just depart of this train and we're not going to be wasting for some time. Oh dear, this is absolutely a little bit weird. It's not gonna be going to work around here for this. Unless the train is able to move. Oh jeez, it's absolutely already stuck. I'm trying to make this train a little bit moving, so it have eventually stopped for a long time. Let's just redo a little bit. I don't really think the train got stuck. Full power. I'm pretty sure this doesn't going to be getting around here. I think we got a huge problem on these trains. Eventually, it doesn't able to move. And the bad news is, the train won't budge. Oh geez. It's eventually stuck. All of the rail cars are eventually stuck. Alright, I may not able to try again, unfortunately. This causes a little bit stuck over here. Oh geez, I have to redo again for just some time. We were not sure this train is absolutely for a full problem in the bout of this one. As I'm going to decelerate a little bit closer, I'm probably not very sure that I abused for one of those rail cars. So let's see what's behind around here for this before we go. Make sure everything is always checked and everything is coupled. Let's see for the full throttle around here that I should do. And the train got stuck. But looks like we're absolutely being free to go. That I eventually tuned this train up. And I tried to avoid to derail one of the cars as fast as possible. And looks like we're on its way to go. And we're off. That was a little bit of a great start. So this is absolutely for the AWVR's consist around here for this. From the 2011 the movie Unstoppable. This is eventually going to get on its way for a little bit amount of time. So this freight train was a little bit long. Whatever that we just try to say, it's going to be all the way around here. But instead of the AWVR trains around here, which doesn't able to work around here. I have already said here in the beginning of this video, when the first scene appearance, that I definitely gotta use the BNSF locomotives as Warbonnets. So that's okay around here. We're just gonna be continuing this video, and this won't going to be necessary as it was. As the train could lead around here, let's give ourselves a little bit amount of throttle. So this doesn't absolutely going to be for one thing as well. I did something for speed glitch around here for this one. So this is eventually going to be for around here, that the train horn could be a little bit broken. The train horn isn't going to be eventually work. That if I'm going to be hit the horn button, this will sound even more different, just like high pitch, but this is definitely even gotten weird. But as you can see me around here for like this, I have walking like a terrible person around here for just like it where he goes. So we definitely going to be using the right lane, as I'll be slowing down the locomotive as fast as possible. I'm not letting for one of the rail cars derailed at this moment, as pretty it was. We do not believe for one of these trains, I'm probably sure these are the rail cars. I'm not gonna decouple them or touch anything as well. Especially, I should be able to push the train forward. That this idea might gotta be stressful. I'm pretty sure this train is actually going to be moving a little forward. Of course, for one of the rail cars, isn't gonna be really sound like that. So, the train horn still works, and every train, like the diesels or the steam locomotives, may not go overall, except for the diesels, that things are probably going to get a little bit for one thing. But not the reason, but overhaul for one of these trains. So sometimes one of these trains could actually going for overhaul, and we're gonna be doing for a top speed test around here. Let's hear the runaway train and see what it does. And the frames have dropped a little bit, and I better go on to slow down this train. It was definitely too fast, but I'm not pretty sure. This is totally weird that I just never going to be trying to see this. I'm not gonna touch for one of these rail cars because definitely this won't be going to be a little bit for one thing. And here goes the railroad crossing around here for this. Yep, no rail car sounds around here for this anyway. Even though the train is going to be arrive on that switching lane, and the train continues to get so much faster that I'm not actually going to say about here. And so, which the train is going to be passing onto here and here. And it's going to be arrive at the crossing. We hear this train horn really fast, and it's coming right up onto another thing whatsoever. You see, those railroad crossings are probably a little bit loud, and I probably may not able to hear my voice. You probably definitely hear the sounds that the railroad crossing, the E-railroad crossing like this, was definitely louder than before. So I may not able to leave this video for a little bit of while until it's already deactivating itself. Oh jeez, this is a little bit weird. I guess the train is absolutely heading towards into the passenger lane and ends it up over here. That I can't believe. So the train will be absolutely going to head towards to the freight consist. I may not able to be sure that the train is absolutely continue to go. So what if I going to be pressing the letter 0 as the train could be absolutely continue to go around here? What train could be absolutely going to define here? The class number 800. I'm probably really sure that the train isn't going to be really fast as possible. We would have tried to get things a little bit fast around here. As the train rolls on around here for just a little bit for one time. I may not animate for this video, and this is definitely going to be for a little bit amount of worst things whatsoever. The train headed towards into the railroad crossings and into some sort of this one it is. And right, it's going to get around here for the DCC consist. So we might not able to be taking a little bit amount of tour. So this locomotive should actually go on ahead on to something else. I'm probably sure it was not going to be a little bit confusing. So it looks like the freight train is going on that lane. And even though this won't be going to be necessary as well, as the train actually going to speeds around and it's going on to this lane, we're probably sure that the train is heading towards into another lane, which is going to be a loop whenever that we just totally go on a stay around here. So I'll be right back if something was heard from my brother or my dad. I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be that they try to stop me from recording of this video. So this is not going to be okay for around here, and will taking for a little bit of while. Eventually, he tried to cancel my video, so I redo it again around here for this thing, but I was not able to be fortunately for just as well. But the bad news is, I'm going to be arrested around here that he exposed me for something else, for even lots of inappropriate relationships that I just did for around here. But I swear I didn't, because this is all for just not like me around here for just like this. It was not all the truth that I just did a lot of lies around here for a long time. It was just for around for 6 or 7 years, 8 or 9 years of now. But I would not able to be taking a little bit for one thing. I would able to reaccelerate the train, and it's headed all the way to something else. We really think that this absolutely still running for my channel, so it looks like I'll still, or I'm not going to took around here like anything around here. I still able to keep my channel running. So it looks like the BNSF is absolutely going to get ourselves another cross. Look how the train, how long it is. It's definitely probably long around here for something else. So, what do you have to do around here for this? I'm not going to be making a loop around here for another time. Now let's just say we're going for this way. Even though we're just going to be taking a little bit amount of route, unless it should be headed around with this way as the old lanes. So this won't be perfect as anyways, as the train could absolutely go into run a little bit even smoother, but I'm probably really sure the train could absolutely gain acceleration, or I'm not sure, gain much more speeds, and then slows down for switching reasons. So before we're gonna end of this video, it will be taking for some time whatever that I just going to believe that I just try to say something. So before I'm gonna end of this video, we probably pretty sure that we're heading into another crossings around itself. So I may not going to be turning all the way around here for just like that. So the additional rail crossings or switches could actually going to lead to somewhere else around here. So this is absolutely where it leads to the full consist line. This is definitely that I'm just going to head over here, not the admin pass or whatsoever. I'll be arriving over here instead of going to South Unionville Station. So this won't actually going to be take a bit. And here comes that train. But nothing really quick is going on. We probably see the rail tracks, or the railroad tracks is gonna be right here. And so the train could actually going up to speed is a little bit away for just like that. And nothing just like this. The E-bells have still worked pretty much. But looks like we're headed on to the intersections, which is gonna be definitely okay around here with this train. So I increased the speed, and we're going to be taking a little bit slow against the railing. So looks like I'm gonna be keeping our speeds about 20% per throttle. So it looks like this is the railway intersection, or the railroad intersection like this. So the train is absolutely headed towards like this. I can't believe what I not gonna be expected to say around here. Before we're gonna end of this video, this is absolutely where it took long, but I may not go in the end of this video. And so, up next video for just like this, I could not able to be turning around for somewhere at least. So, the final video of row scale rails of Unionville is I'm going to be taking a map tour. So, where the train is actually going to be at. So, this is absolutely a Warbonnet units as well. So, I have pretty seen this train since the beginning of this video. So, I wonder why we wouldn't able to be running again around here until he tries to cancel my video again. So, looks like it eventually made it around to its destination. Of course, it has safely arrived, and meanwhile, it headed towards into the Game Pass selections around here for this one. Especially, it will be arrived at the full consist station, or somewhere is gonna be over here. I may not able to spawn some locomotives. The bad news is I may not going to arrive on time around here because it will be absolutely taking a long time whenever it was. And so it has been over 20 minutes of this video because that definitely took for so long to reach all the way from its front destination around here since I started out of this one. I cannot believe it. This is only for one reason, that I just absolutely arrive at the station. This is not a station. It's a rail yard, of course, with a full consist area. So, the train ended up in the full consist area from point A to point B. I have finally made it onto the spotlight selections around here for just like that. And the train is definitely stuck for a little bit of time for just like this. Well, let me just get a full power. And I'm not very sure the train is actually going to be pulling over ahead around here. So, another bad news, there's no DCC controller around here is a little bit for many more like this. The DCC programmer was probably missing, and I'm probably sure it was gotten removed a little bit, and you won't able to tune or changing the train's name around here for this one. So this should actually going to be taking in a while, which is absolutely the bad things could happen around here on this train. So yes, it was completely stuck, and I'll end of this video so quickly as well. So I may not able to arrive at the full yard, but I'm pretty sure this won't be necessary, that I just going to uncouple it around here as possible. So the entire trains around here is stuck. It has stuck here forever, and since someone pulled the switch around here for some sort of like this, because I cannot know where I absolutely it was, because there must be some sort of a problem with this train. And yes, it was not able to move around here for the long time. So the game is going to be in description below, so you can leave a like by joining the experience by over the age of 5 or 10 or just 16 years and older by playing Roblox around here for this thing. So thanks for watching, for all your support around here in this game, and make sure if you're gonna be enjoying of this experience or something as well. So maybe I'm just gonna be stomping the locomotive around here for just like now. So I'll talk to you rail fanners and mini lads all later. And this is TC is signing off in the flesh.